And what's good?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to pull out my phone for the notes, but
We're just raw dogging it.
Here we are.
snap, dude! I got a message on Bumble. Oh, I gotta mute this.
Use your phone. It's in your lap right there.
Brooke.
Shoot, I know.
Do you hear this audio?
That's Megan Fox's friend.
Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right?
What is this?
Oh, this is.
Black people big deal?
There's a video playing in the background.
Jesus.
That's why, dude. I was so
You
confused.
thought we were playing that?
Yeah, dude. I was so
okay,
confused.
Dude, see what the message says. See what the message says. I swear, I promise you, I know her.
No, I'm not. I didn't. She didn't message me. This was just what came up. Earthy.
Oh, I thought that too.
I don't know who this is.
I thought that too.
No, that was just my suggestion.
Oh, wow. Make sure you swipe right. Jeez.
Dude, look at this swordfish.
I don't know who this is.
No,
that was just my suggestion.
Oh, wow. Make sure you swipe right.
All right, you want to? And swipe right. Dang.
Dang, no immediate
Dang,
match.
damn it. All right. You guys about ready?
Mm-hmm.
So let me go hit record on our audition.
What was that noise?
And we are live. Welcome back, people, to episode 32, correct?
Yes.
We're sitting here on a holiday. We decided couldn't go to work today, but low-key we have to go to work
Right.
today.
We're still grinding.
Yeah, and right now we're also on YouTube Live.
Yeah.
Live streaming on YouTube, and then we did a little Instagram Live to let our followers know where we're at, but yeah, bros, we're going. We're up and running.
Yep. On this fine Labor Day, no classes.
Yeah, it's nice. We had,
Bless up.
We had 5 days of classes, and then
4-day weekend for
4-day
Josh and
weekend.
I.
Yeah.
You have 2 classes on Friday, don't you?
One.
Oh.
Yeah, just one.
Oh, for some reason I thought you had 2.
No.
Yeah, it's hype.
Yeah.
It feels good. Feels good to get back into the grind a little bit. I have to kind of snap into it a little. And next thing you know, I'll be at my computer for like 5 hours.
I don't have that much homework yet, which is nice.
No, I did a little bit this morning, but Denny said he had he did have like 5 hours of homework with Bird yesterday.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Straight up 5 hours. It was this big assignment, this reading thing.
Online classes.
Yeah, and they were talking about doing the second assignment pretty soon, and that's going to be just as long.
He has to meet with a group tonight.
Late.
I'm nowhere close to any of that.
No, I'm not even in the realm of
No.
that. Gosh, one of my classes, so I have it's professional sales, marketing 420, and well, first off, one thing we have to think of a class name and a class song, which
Wow.
is tough. And I guess
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it's very fun.
You have to come up with a song, or you just pick a song?
You pick a song. You
Okay.
don't make the
Oh.
song. Yeah. So you pick a song that, like, every time we come into the room, that's what he's playing.
Right.
And then also our class name, he says it every time.
Okay.
And so every time he goes, hey, hello, marketing 420, and then your class name or whatever. And he was saying how one of the teams, their name was Blaze It. So every day you go, hello, marketing 420 Blaze It.
Oh my god.
And he's like, I never knew what that meant until I asked my daughter.
Oh my god.
I guess he went the whole semester saying that.
That's classic.
But shoot, I was gonna say something along those lines, but we have to take a test. So our first test for that class is a month from now, and a month from now we have to know every single kid's name and location in the whole class.
How big is the class?
Location.
25, 27 maybe.
Where they're from?
What?
Where they're from?
Yeah, like their hometown, their
No,
location.
Sorry, I said
Location
that wrong.
in the class.
In the class, so I had to draw the map of the class, where they sit in their name.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not as bad as I thought. I thought you meant like where
Location would
they're
be
from.
wild.
Yeah.
I could never do that.
Address, home address.
Yeah. Favorite food and favorite color.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, it's names are the most important thing in all my like business classes. They put that down big time.
Being able to remember names is key. It's so impressive when you can just walk up to somebody and you remember their name after 1 or 2 interactions.
Yeah, I've been really working on it a lot. I knew probably I could have went through 40 people at my internship and said every single one of their names.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's impressive.
I took it seriously. Like I would write it down every time after I heard it, and write some feature that I liked about them or like, that I could remember them on. And I do that for my classes a little bit now too. The people I sit around or whatever.
Dang.
Just so it's I don't know.
It's next level.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit more effort, but like I have a section of notes for names, and then I have the class name, and then I have some of the names I should remember. I don't know.
That's fun.
It's just, I guess it's a little extra work, but it's kind of nice.
Yeah. How's your journal coming? Is that getting full?
It's getting there.
Is it getting full?
Yeah.
It's probably got some knowledge.
I probably do it like 5 days a week. I don't do it every single day, but I think
5 days a week is pretty good though.
Yeah.
It's probably just spilling with good
Well,
ideas.
it's crazy because I already if I'm bored as I'll get up in a class, just pull up my notebook. I'll look at notes I took during my internship or that I took and I just it kind of cracks me up because I write some of the, or what I was thinking then, and it's just funny.
Yeah.
And even reading my first journal, and I don't know, it's just I'll see some of my emotional side of things. It's weird, but it's funny at the same time. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. There's some interesting and suspect things in my journal.
Whoa.
Well, no, I don't know. Nothing too crazy, but I wouldn't necessarily want you guys to read it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, Jonah, you went to Glen Arbor, right?
Yeah, went up north this
I
weekend.
didn't really talk to you about your trip that much, but other than it was beautiful up there.
Yeah, yesterday was a great day. It was warm, but it was a little breezy, so it wasn't too hot. We rode bikes. The Sleeping Bear Dunes Heritage Trail. We haven't gone on it, have we?
No, and you always talk about it, and we were going to or something like that, but our pole is that?
Yeah. Sorry, just swung.
No. But when we went up there's too many trees on the route or something.
Oh
like that.
yeah.
It was after the storm, and so I've never been on it.
Yeah, it's like a 26-mile trail, bike trail, walking trail.
Oh yeah,
that
we
goes
did that.
through like the whole like Sleeping Bear Dunes like park, and you take it, and there's different stop offs at like the dunes or Sleeping Bear, Michigan, stuff like, or Sleeping Bear, Michigan, Lake Michigan. That's cool.
Yeah.
26 miles. That's.
I mean, I didn't ride the whole thing.
No, I know that, but that'd be fun.
It was really cool.
We still gotta make the trek to the lake from the dunes.
Oh,
It's 2
jeez.
miles.
We
there.
got to do that.
4 miles total.
That's a
in
lot of
sand.
dune walking.
Oh,
But I mean,
it's 2 miles of walking. Is it really?
One way.
just there.
Oh
It's a
my
4-mile
gosh.
round
And you-
trip from the car.
You have to get back. There's no other way.
Get the chopper. I'm calling the chopper.
Dude, people call the chopper on that big
Yeah.
hill. I
Dude,
went
you
there and
sent me
watched
that
a
picture, it's
sunset. Oh, it was unbelievable. But
Crazy.
it literally looks like the ocean. It's so massive.
What's that dune called? It's just the dune climb? Or?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it's called.
It is. Have you ever done that? Where you've gone down?
I have never gone down, but we went there and I checked it out, and it was
It's-
just epic, man.
it's
Unfreaking
insane.
believable.
Yeah.
It's so much harder than I thought it would be.
Oh, you've hiked it.
Oh my
Oh, it
God.
was it was one of the worst things I've been through.
So are we gonna do it?
It's you go down so fast, and then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, holy
It's
shit.
so much steeper than you would think.
You
It's
lit-
almost
you literally bear crawl up.
yeah.
Not because just because you can't stand up, you have to bear crawl. It's almost like you're
basically-
straight
You're
up.
on all fours. Like
And
that
you-
is
without-
the most
with-
convenient.
without-
That's how straight
without,
up this
without
is.
bending over. Like you just
It's
stick your
natural.
hands out
Oh, yeah.
and you go.
It's absolutely unbelievable.
It took me over half an hour to get to the top.
Half hour. That's fast.
No,
I feel like that's
I
pretty
don't know, I
fast.
don't even know. I think
half
yeah.
hour is at like the low, and I was probably way higher than that.
Took a few breaks on the way to
Oh,
just
you have
look
to
at
take
what you've
breaks.
done.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Yeah.
But the story of the weekend. Last night, going down to bed, ate shit going down the stairs. So like you know how like our stairs in our apartment, but like where they go down, it kind of changes direction. There's like a little square platform, and then it comes down again. Well, I missed the last step before that platform,
Oh my god.
and I was like stumbling, and I had a glass of water in my hand, and a corkscrew in another, so I couldn't grab onto anything. And then, like, I literally just fell down the whole set of stairs. It was just,
Took a
like,
spill.
leaning up against the ground, like,
Jesus.
just fucked up.
Oh my
Anna came
gosh.
right around the corner. What's that? What happened?
Did you flip at all?
No, I didn't
Little
flip.
barrel roll?
I kind of rolled a little bit, I guess.
my.
I had a full glass of water. It was all over the wall, dude. Ceiling to floor. There was water everywhere.
I would have paid to be a fly on the wall
Oh,
for that.
right. I know.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Oh, did it hurt or were you kind of in shock?
No, dude, it hurt like a motherfucker.
What cushioned the blow? What'd you land on? Like your shoulder? What?
Yeah, I'm trying to
and
picture
my,
this.
I like
Oh, you
my
went backwards
like,
down
my
there.
foot got caught like underneath me, and my foot was hurting. My back was kind of hurting.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude.
And so how many like 8 steps you probably fell down?
Probably 6 or 7 steps. Like
That's a
legit
good
from
amount.
like I've fallen on like maybe the last step and just kind of fallen on
Oh,
your
yeah,
ass
yeah.
and then gotten back up. But like I tumbled down the stairs.
That's crazy.
I can't remember the last time I've done that.
I think that might be the first time I've ever done that.
I've done it a couple
I
times.
don't think I've ever done that.
That's the
Like
first time.
full blown fall like that.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've never full blown like gone down. It was scary.
See,
It was like a long fall too. I was like trying to get my footing.
Oh, yeah.
And then like keep slipping.
Oh.
Something that, this is a little off topic, but something that I always think is going to happen to me, but knock on wood, it hasn't, is when I'm doing stuff around my pool, and you always think that you might step wrong and fall in.
Uh-huh.
My dad was leaf blowing around the pool.
We fell in with the leaf blower.
He fell in with the leaf blower, like threw it.
Oh my gosh.
And so, do you know how there's the deeper end of my pool and there's the seated area that goes around the deeper end? He fell kind of in that location, and he said his head was like this close from hitting the seats. And we were just kind of saying, like, man, if he hit right, turns over, could have died.
He was home alone, like nobody.
I don't know. I wasn't there. My mom might have been.
So he was leaf blowing out by the.
Wait, so was it like a
mulch and
backpack
stuff?
leaf blower, or was it like a hand?
It's a bigger hand one, I guess.
Oh,
Did it go in the
backpack.
water?
But I guess he just screamed. I think my mom was in the house.
Well, yeah. So was the leaf blower okay? Was that?
Yeah, I guess it was still running when it was in the water. Like, still works great to this day.
Must have been a steal.
Wow, must have been a steal.
Great blower.
Wow.
Did you guys ever break any leaf blowers during your job?
Not a leaf
I mean, I
blower.
know you
I
guys
think so.
messing
I don't-
around quite
I
a
don't-
bit.
We were pretty hard on the weed whackers.
Yeah, I don't think we ever broke any equipment though. Dayton
Okay.
Dayton blew a flat on the Workman one time, but
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
flat tire.
Yeah.
What'd you
we
hit?
were leaking
I
rocks
have
on the
no.
course.
I have no idea, but we look back and we had already been dragging for probably over 100 yards, probably 200 to 300 yards, and we look back and there's just this massive dirt patch following us, just scraping the shit out of the golf course, tearing it up, and I go, Jonah, dude, I think we should pull over right now. Like we were all the way in the back end of the course too, so yeah, we had to call for help. Had to call for help.
Yeah.
But equipment though, I don't think we ever broke.
No, I don't think so. We were pretty good.
Miraculously. I don't
Yeah.
know.
This sounds like you guys had a ball.
Dude,
Jonah-
it was a fun job.
Jonah had a machete at one point, riding shotgun, and he was trying to take out different types of animals.
I was
Birds.
hunting, dude.
Did you get
Squirrels.
anything?
No, I was so
Almost.
close.
Didn't you guys hit like squirrels or
Dude,
what is
we saw
Brad
a-
ran over a
Brad,
squirrel.
okay, I've heard
Jonah
this
and I
story.
saw the most raw, naturey like thing. We saw a hawk swoop down from like across the golf course and pick up a
A
it
squirrel.
was a squirrel. Just picked it up off the ground,
Like did not like land, grab, like literally
No,
just swooped
swooped.
down and got it on the fly.
right in front of us,
That's unbelievable.
and just
Took it up into a
off.
tree.
Birds hunting is one of the more impressive things.
It's incredible.
Even birds hunting in water, it is so darn cool.
They
It
have
feels-
such an advantage.
Oh my
The
God.
aerial
They really do.
advantage.
I know. Don't they have not as dense bones and?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, they're fragile.
It seems like we should figure that out pretty soon.
Look, if you run into a window, you're gonna be fine. But if a bird runs into a window, that
That's a
shit's
good
life or
point.
death.
That's
like,
actually a really
you know,
good point.
it's not good. We used to have birds in my old house run into our window all the time.
Kind of annoying.
Just, oh yeah, all the time.
You guys never had like a
Smoke
singing
it.
bird, did you? When you were younger?
No.
I could see for
Like
some
a pet?
reason the new Blatz owning a singing bird.
Like a parrot?
I don't know, something, a parakeet, whatever that might be.
Absolutely not.
No. Birds smell. They're kind of annoying.
Yeah, I could see their cage being kind of gross and
Yeah.
annoying, exactly. But did you want to? Should we touch on the poll?
Yeah, we can.
Before we end up forgetting or something.
So we posted the poll on time this week,
That we did.
and the poll is: would you rather have a horrible short-term memory or a horrible long-term memory?
Gosh, I forgot. You guys can go ahead. I gotta think about
Well,
this.
there's like if you have a horrible short-term memory, is it like you forget things and then like all of a sudden it's then stored in your long-term memory? 'Cause if you have like a short-term memory, you know what I'm trying to get at here?
You're saying that you can't create any long-term memories
If you don't have
if you
short-term.
don't have short-term.
Right.
I'm saying maybe you'll remember some
Some stuff.
monumental things that happened to you. So maybe you get a on a paper you studied for if you have bad short-term. You'll remember that in a week.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you meet someone and about 10 seconds later, you've never seen that person before.
Yeah, but you'd remember them like a couple days from that.
But if you like live with
Gotcha.
them,
Yeah.
you'll know them. I guess if that makes sort of some sense.
Okay.
Or if
Sure.
that's fair, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just trying to justify it, but or bad long term.
I think
How
I
long
would.
does a short term last? Is that like
Let's just go with like a week.
a short term memory of a week?
I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
gotta set it somewhere. I think I'd rather have bad short term.
That's what I put.
Not being able to because bad long term, like you wouldn't be able to form relationships or you would forget things and stuff like. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of ruin your life.
Yeah.
Where would your morals come from? Where would your past experiences come in to help? In a way,
Mhm.
you would just be this person that only lives in the present.
Yeah. You wouldn't really be able to function.
No. But then again, if you couldn't remember things for a week, if your short term was that bad,
Oh, that's bad.
that's bad.
That
That's
wouldn't.
insane.
No, it's not
I mean,
good.
both are bad.
It's hard to even wrap your mind around that head. Isn't that kind of a disease where you have
Amnesia.
really bad short term memory or something?
Oh, I don't
where you
know.
don't remember things after 2 minutes after it happens, or
I'm sure it is.
I don't know.
That'd be scary.
Like a fish.
Yeah.
Is that how fish they have bad
Fish
short-
have like 10-second memory.
Do they really?
Yeah, dude. They run
Dory?
experiments where they like do like the same thing where like
over and over and over and over.
where they
again?
just keep like trapping the fish and like I don't know. It's weird. I've seen. Yeah, they just keep falling
Wow.
for the same stupid shit every time.
That's insane. You guys could be a fish. What fish would you be?
Oh
Be,
man.
be a great white.
Dang.
Maybe a marlin.
Oh.
Oh, those,
I don't know.
I don't know. I might be a salmon, dude. Just riding the upstream river, dodging bears.
Just breed for a living.
This bear's a bitch. Yeah, I don't know. Be an interesting life.
I don't want to be any of the fish. That's a.
Of like birds to mammals to, I don't think I'd want to be a fish either.
No.
That'd be a bit of a bummer. But
if you had to be any animal.
like a turtle that's traveling in the ocean underwater, like those great sea turtles.
Dude,
that-
those things live up to be hundreds of years.
Nobody messes with
things
those
are
things.
crazy. Like, and
They just
I mean,
chill.
it's in Finding Nemo or whatever. But do they go
Those
fast
currents,
somehow? How fast?
There's
are they?
those
yeah.
currents, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I've swam with sea turtles.
Nice, you hold on
Touch
to
it.
They were close enough where I could have touched it, but I didn't. I mean, they were wild. I didn't want to touch them.
Were you snorkeling?
There was a ton of them, like literally within arm's reach, where I could reach out and
Wow.
grab it.
That would be sweet.
It was cool.
Wow.
Pictures?
No, I don't
No.
have pictures. I was in the water.
Did you guys ever just
Well-
swim with dolphins, like where they go on your feet and?
I
Not
went
where, they
jet
go,
skiing.
not where they go on my feet, but I've, like grabbed onto their fins while they swam.
That's wild.
You haven't done that?
No,
I
I've
figured you
always
would've.
kind of wanted to.
I kind of get nervous.
Yeah, me too.
There was one
You
time.
don't know
where,
how
like,
they're
there
gonna
was,
react.
There was one. I've done it. I've swam with dolphins twice. The second time, like at the very.
SeaWorld master over here. The gatekeeper.
The second time at like the end of the thing, we were like actually on our way out of the water, and one of the dolphins started like not listening, kind of like freaking out, and I was like, "Get me the hell out of this water!" Dude. I was freaking out. There's stories of those things going crazy and
I
killing
know.
people.
Oh yeah.
Killing people?
Oh yeah.
I've actually, I feel like I've heard a story of a dolphin raping someone. Not
Oh, it
kidding.
happens. It happens.
Like someone just swimming in the water.
Dolphins are ruthless.
They are. Dolphins are super smart though.
Extremely.
I watched this thing where these dolphins were trying to get this food that was up on shore, and all 3 of these dolphins would
Make a wave.
would make a wave out
Yeah.
of their momentum and ride up on shore to grab this food.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then go. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But,
D.
Still
Yeah.
got a couple things. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. So I was talking to Jonah. I mentioned Los Angeles. Have you heard about what's going on there, Josh?
Please continue. I
Yeah.
might. I
Okay.
don't know.
So, in Los Angeles, they're actually having an issue with wildfires right now, and there's a 5,900 acre wildfire in the city.
How big?
5,900 acres
100 acres.
In the city.
in the city of Los Angeles, which is the largest wildfire they've ever had there, and they had to evacuate over 700 homes,
Oh my god.
and people are just having to pick up and leave, go to shelters or go to families' houses or whatever.
That's insane. Natural disasters like that.
They don't know They don't know like what started it, but I mean, who knows? It could have been
I
anything.
mean, that
else.
happens all the time. Though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially in the fall, when
Right.
stuff starts to get dry.
Yeah, it probably hasn't rained in like a month.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Apparently, only like 3 or 4 homes have been actually burned and are not savable, deemed.
You ever seen them kind of tame that stuff with the helicopters?
It's crazy.
It's
Mhm.
really cool.
Yeah,
where they
it's
put
intense.
like 5, I don't know, like 50 gallons. 50 gallons is dumped from the
Oh, yeah.
helicopter, and it just looks crazy.
It's
Oh.
more than 50.
I don't know. I have no,
It's
I don't
five-
know,
it's
know what to
500.
say. 500? Okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and it's just amazing. I don't know. I don't even. Though it would be so hard to stop something like that.
Yeah.
It would just. You'd have to almost wait for it to
And-
go out. You just try and tame it.
And they're talking about they have high winds too, which
That's
is
what-
That's
obviously
that what
horrible.
makes it so much worse.
That's
Right.
what makes it so
Because
bad.
you can't control that.
Right.
It blows and catches other shit on fire.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
mean-
wild thing.
We're not that susceptible, thank God, to like wildfires or really any natural disasters other than tornadoes. Like seriously.
Yeah, low key, we have a pretty nice
Knock on
location
wood.
for natural
Yeah.
disasters. In all honesty.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, someone told me we might be a target though for a nuke. We might be the first target.
That's where I would shoot.
I've
if
heard
I
that
was
a
in
few
space.
times.
Who? From who?
I can't remember, but they said something about the auto industry, and if you want to take out the
America.
economy, you go for the economy, which is the auto industry.
Yeah.
Say, all right,
Whatever.
well,
That'd be crazy.
I mean that's one person's opinion, but I mean if you think about it,
I'll just hop in a
real,
bunker.
real life Nuketown, dude.
True, that was a good map. It's crazy that people were building. I think people were building nuke shelters back in World War II and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And there's still a lot of those in the UP. Apparently, there's a ton of nuke shelters.
Let's go
I
sniff
guess
one out.
Ray and Andrew adventured one of them, and
That's really cool.
it's me. I don't. Does that really help you, or
I don't know. So those things
Helps
do
your
so much
chances.
damage.
I don't know.
Yeah, you wonder.
It's
if
crazy that you can
even-
still go to Hiroshima or whatever and still have ridiculous radiation, and that
Yeah.
was over 50 years ago.
Yeah, but these are different types. Those
Oh.
weren't nukes.
Yeah.
That was the atomic bomb,
That's a good point.
which is different.
I was trying to think of. I don't know. It's gonna bug me. I can't think of the name of it. I'll come back to it in a minute.
Just kind of going along with like a natural disaster type. There's another hurricane that's coming that might hit the U.S. They're saying if it'll hit Florida probably. Hurricane Irma, which is a great name. I don't know how they come up with these hurricane names.
There's a whole table of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes down to the. It's like a systematic thing. It's really weird how it works.
What do you
They
mean?
have a huge system behind it. It's like all. I don't
Really?
know. Yeah.
It's a big ass system.
So Harvey was the last one. So it starts with an
Yeah.
I, and then it's like a what do they do? They do like
I think the month might depend. And,
Yeah.
And
I don't know. There's a
Really?
lot of things that
It
factor
is
in.
really weird how they come up with it, but they just almost like nitpick it out of this list that was created or whatever.
Whoa,
It's kind of weird.
that is interesting. But it just got upgraded to a Category 4 storm, so it's like the same strength right now that Harvey was when it hit land, but they don't think it'll be as strong. They think most of the heavy rain and stuff will stay out at sea.
Where is it gonna come in at?
Southern Florida.
Okay.
It's like kind of hitting. It's gonna hit like Cuba and the Dominican within the next few days, and then there's a chance that we don't get hit at all.
Okay. Dude, it's scary living in the Keys of Florida, like Duck Key and Key West, and because those places get messed up by some of those storms. And I think now they have a lot, like really good flood damage support or whatever, flood awareness. But those places used to just get messed up.
Dude, you can see it if you've ever been.
Yeah.
There's so much water and stuff
It's
down
just
there.
everywhere.
You just right in the middle of the ocean.
It's so easy to see how those water levels could rise and it could get bad.
Mm-hmm. Right wind and those are massive waves come out of those storms, and they would just get out of hand fast. But something that Andrew was actually telling me about is, have you guys ever heard of WOW Airlines or anything like that?
No.
Taking trips to Greenland and even trips to Europe or whatever. But
No.
they're round trips. So one of the big one they advertise is a round trip from Detroit. They just started them in Detroit like a few weeks ago. And it's a round trip to Greenland for only $150.
What's the
Which is
airline
crazy.
called?
WOW Airlines, WOW.
Dang.
And they're just really famous for the cheapest flights that you can possibly get somewhere. And
Sheesh.
yeah, so Greenland's $150 for there and back, which is nuts. And,
That's nothing.
And even Europe is, I think, similar prices to that. And
Dang.
it's
Wow.
pretty cool. I don't even know what I would do if I went to Greenland, besides the whole videography and photography there. But
They probably have
I
some
wonder
cool
what they
things
have
to
there.
see.
I don't know.
Well, you're saying like what in Greenland do they have there? That's cool.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like
I bet you
wonder
it's-
how.
It's probably
like,
cool.
Wonder what civilization's like in Greenland.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm trying to get at. Like, is
It
there
would
a
be so cool
massive
to
city?
Gotcha.
Is there?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, there has to be.
I would think so, but I've
It's
never
so
really
cool.
heard of it.
It's so cool to go see like different ways of life. They're like completely different, not even similar in any way to like what we live. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I can't say I've ever experienced anything like that.
Did you see it differently from country to country in Africa even?
I didn't go to different countries.
Oh, I thought you went to.
At least traveled around the country.
Oh, around the country. Okay.
No, not really. I mean, it was a little different in the north than it was like the south, but it's kind of like the same with the U.S. You know, you kind of get more. So the Southerners are different than.
They have a southern accent in Southern Ghana.
Yeah.
Ghana. What was their language? What was their fluent language or whatever?
The national language
The
is
national-
English.
But they spoke like.
There's a ton of different dialects or like different languages that they use.
Did
A
you
bunch
learn?
of clicking and stuff like that.
Did you learn any like swear words or anything? Did you learn any? Cool
I didn't
phrases?
learn anything.
Anything.
I didn't learn a single word.
That's nice though that it's English, that you can actually communicate with people there.
Yeah, dude. At times, I kind of wish it wasn't English, just because like they had such heavy accents that you couldn't understand.
And they
them.
expected
yeah.
you didn't
and,
understand.
and then they get upset that you can't understand what they're saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd be really interested to see how travel was if I went to France and the only people, like everybody there speaks their native language, and just trying to work through that and trying to show them what I'm using body
It would
language.
be interesting.
It'd be very interesting.
It'd be tough.
It would be. But I feel like you'd come out a different man.
Yeah.
Point at things on the menu that you want.
Now you went to KFC, right?
Twice.
So was the menu different than like in America? Because I know.
I haven't been to a KFC in the U.S. in 10
So
plus
you-
years.
so you
I
can
have
make a
I have no
comparison
idea.
between-
I
They
would
have,
assume-
they have KFCs in weird places. Because even St. Martin, they had a KFC. That was like
Yeah.
the only American fast food
Yeah.
thing. Probably a McDonald's too. I don't really remember that, but
Yeah, but I don't know what the. I'm sure it's a little different.
Gotcha.
The tomatoes that were in it were really weird. You could tell they weren't the tomatoes that we have here. The tomatoes over there were like really thick and like juicy.
What'd you get tomato on?
Just came in like one of the wraps or the sandwiches, like
Oh.
a burger
Oh, okay.
or chicken sandwich.
was listening to something that was talking about kind of the whole fasting and intermediate fasting and long period fasting. And one of the best things for your body, sort of, I mean, obviously it's not amazing for your body, but a really good thing with fasting is it initiates all these mechanisms in your body and in your brain that typically wouldn't even get started just because you never have to go through that. And they were talking about this it's a really famous hunter. His name is Remy Warren. And he would actually go hunting while he was fasted. So he'd fast for 5 days and then start his hunting trip.
Oh my god.
And
Wow.
and so, but he would get into these almost fight or flight situations because he absolutely depended on hunting something to be able to eat. And it just talks about how it was really interesting to see his like his smelling would be enhanced.
It's like primal.
Dang.
Exactly. So his smelling was better. He like would see colors, even he would see things better. Even just in general, he would almost kick back into like hunter-gatherer type of systematic thinking.
That's crazy.
He's just training himself to go back.
And it's just super cool because he was actually seeing himself, like, I don't know, adapt to having to get that type of food. And
that'd be cool to do.
And they always
Be
say
hard.
if you fast for like 4 days, you'll start to notice food smells amazing. Just you'll smell things outside more. And honestly, I mean, I've done slight fasting where I'll fast for like 18 hours or something just to kind of see how my body reacts.
Mm-hmm.
And you just start to almost gain an appreciation for food in the way that you're not just eating because, oh, it's 6 o'clock, I have time to eat. But you're eating when kind of, okay, I want to fuel myself. And it just kind of lets you appreciate taking in food more rather than just eating the same time every single day, this and that. I don't know. That's my fasting experience. But
No, that's true. I think Denny's actually trying to do something like that right now. He's doing, I think it's intermediate fasting.
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say he only eats from like, I think noon to 8 p.m. or something like that. So
Yeah.
that's 16 hours, right? I mean,
no, that's the good way to do it is if you don't eat. So say I stop eating at 8 p.m. at night, then I just sleep through it, and it's like that sleeping that gets rid of it, so it's not a big deal. And then you don't eat in the morning, and maybe have a small coffee or something, and then eat
Lunch.
And
Are you supposed to like eat the same amount of calories you would in like a day in that short period of time?
Not necessarily, and that's one of the hard things. I guess it's like people that do a 5-day fast. You're supposed to once you start eating again, you're only supposed to have like a PB&J or something. Not a PB&J, but eat something small and then wait another 2 hours to then actually eat a meal. Because if you eat right when you're really hungry, you'll overeat and it'll screw you up, and your stomach will, I don't know, doesn't really appreciate it well. But
you're
supposed to ease into it in a way.
Yeah.
No, it's a super interesting thing, and there's this really profound nutrition specialist, Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and she is promoting the hell out of 5-day fasting. And I don't know the details behind it in any way, but apparently the 5 days is a good amount where you're not necessarily losing much weight. I guess when you do that kind of fast, you might lose 6 pounds, 8 pounds, but once you start eating, you get it back.
Right.
But in terms of overall body health and things like that, I guess a 5-day fast every 2 months is unbelievably good for your body. And just your everyday energy levels from your, I don't know, power in the gym to, it's just a really good thing for you.
Depriving yourself is actually good for you once in a while.
That's what's really interesting. There's so much studies behind how good that is actually for you.
5 days without eating. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
I guess the first 2.5 days, insanely hard in terms of you're sleeping, you'll wake up in the middle of the night and just you'll even dream of food and things like that. But once you get past about 3-4 days, that's when you just don't even think about it.
How do you have energy to do anything?
It's just a lot of water, and I would never do it, but you're supposed to be a lot under like blood tests and medical supervision if you want to do it, I guess. But yeah, supplementing nutrients when you need it and whatever that might be. But
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I found a story. So there was a nurse in Utah that was arrested because she refused to let the police draw this guy's blood while he's unconscious in the ER. Police went in and were like, I think like demanding for like a blood sample, and she refused to do it, and they arrested her. And now she's like, I think gonna sue.
Because like you have to have a warrant, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and they probably didn't have.
The guy
one.
was unconscious. You can't just take his blood without a warrant or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But good for her for standing up.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a tough position to, like, kind of stand your ground in.
Definitely. When did that happen?
She was arrested July 26th.
Wow. Interesting. That's a weird situation.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it until today.
I wonder what happened to that guy.
Yeah, jeez, let's be real.
I wonder if
why did they need his blood so bad?
He probably was hammered
probably
or
just
something.
to test his, maybe test his
that's
alcohol.
a good call.
Maybe to test his alcohol level. Maybe a DNA. I don't know. DNA. But yeah, you wonder if they arrested her and then another nurse did it after they arrested her.
Yeah, who knows?
You know what I mean? You wonder if they got it anyway.
If they ended up getting it, you could do a serious sue for that.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah, that guy.
Serious.
That guy probably is off of any charges because that's illegal as shit.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
I mean, taking somebody's blood. No, I just was gonna say that's like. I mean, you can't. People try to buy blood on the dark web.
This is different. They're not trying to sell it.
Who knows what they're doing with it though?
It's a police are gonna try to test it.
They could plant it. Who knows if they want to plant
it? They could.
Yeah, it's amazing.
A bad frame job, but
it's just amazing what you can get sued for or in trouble for. I was reading this thing online. I slightly wrote it down, but it was talking about how this guy was suing a Starbucks, and he was hard of hearing, and he went into the Starbucks and they were playing music as they would in every Starbucks, and this guy was hard of hearing and went up to the cash register and said, hey, do you guys have this special device that allows me to hear the music just as everybody else is? And they go, no, we don't have one of those, I'm sorry. And he goes, oh, okay, all right, well. And then he files a lawsuit, and I guess the landlord gets charged for all this because he didn't provide the Starbucks. There's just so much weird stuff you can get sued for.
Wow.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And is he going to win it?
Oh, I'm sure. It's all, I guess it's all on, it was this big article talking about the Disabilities Act.
Yeah.
And how if you have a disability, you can damn near sue for anything. And for example, I think one of them was something along the lines of a girl in a wheelchair went to a strip club and they didn't have a pole that was accommodating to allow her to be able to get onto that pole, and sued the strip club and made 30, 40, 50 grand. And it's just there's so many, I guess, weird stuff with the Disability Act that just screws these landlords up. And the weird part about a lot of it is the Starbucks, the people that own the Starbucks aren't necessarily the ones, but the people that own the building are, I guess, the people that are charged.
Really?
Which is this really weird thing. And I guess it's under a ton of scrutiny right now, and people are getting really mad because I guess more and more people are getting screwed over for stuff like
That's
that.
a bummer.
That's terrible.
I mean, if I'm the owner of that Starbucks, I'm not a happy D.
No.
At all.
No, it's just weird.
Dang.
It's just kind of taking advantage. Like, don't get me wrong, they should have accommodations. There should be ramps, this and
certain
that.
things, yes.
Oh, totally. But
yeah,
I just don't. It's just kind
it's
of
kind
a
of a
bummer.
stretch almost.
It's kind of a bummer when it's taken to that length.
Yeah, that's a stretch, right? I mean,
Playing the system a lot, but I don't know.
It's just music in the in the establishment. It's really, who cares?
Yeah, it's just. Anything you wanted to touch on before we?
Yeah, I had a stat on Houston I wanted to bring up. So I read that.
It's a big deal right now.
Yeah, I know. We were talking a little bit about natural disasters and stuff, and obviously Houston's, it's not really underwater anymore, but it was, and apparently there are over 1 million automobiles reported, like, broken, out of order, and I guess everyone's over 1 million just already.
There'll probably be a ton more.
Right, and they were talking about how people are freaking out because how are you going to get to work to make money to, reestablish your your home. You know, you have to make money now. You just lost everything.
Mhm.
And how do you gather resources like haul things? You know, if you have to get new furniture, new TVs. If your
Yeah.
car doesn't work, you know, you can't.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Not
That's a
having a
good
car
point.
at a time like that would be
Horrible.
That's one of people in poverty. Almost their biggest problem is they don't have a means of transportation to jobs.
Right.
That's what's so hard about it. Yeah, they can take the bus, but gosh, that's crazy. I've never really thought about that for them.
Yeah. So people have to rely. I mean, you have to pay for. I mean, you could pay for a new car with your savings, but then you know
But then they
it's your
can't.
savings.
There's not going to be many cars because think about
Everybody's
what's been
buying.
destroyed.
Right.
and everybody's buying them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Gosh, I tell you, if you're a home builder or if you build homes, fix homes, you're taking a trip down to Houston
Yep.
once this all clears up because
Yep.
you're gonna have work for the next 10 years.
Yeah. It's true.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's very sad to see, but I don't know if Katrina was like this. It's a little hard for me to remember, but there is so much good stuff going on to help donate for.
Very generous.
For Harvey.
Very generous.
Everybody's doing their thing.
Yeah.
There, everywhere I look, there's some sort of live stream, get together, donation to. It's awesome. I really
Yeah.
like that.
And I mean, J.J. Watt's number just keeps rising, and it's so.
What is
cool
it
to
at?
see.
Do you have
It's
any
over
idea?
12 million.
Oh no, it's like 17 or 18 now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's.
Wow.
I think it's almost 18. She's crazy.
He's just promoting it on social media. Is he
Yep.
making
Yeah.
videos?
It's
Or what
just-
is he
Just
doing?
like Twitter videos, Instagram videos, right?
Wow, that's impressive.
Social media is pretty cool.
That's
Things
what
like
I have
that.
to say. The technology is unbelievable because I
Yeah.
can just go, oh yeah, I'll donate $10 and hit one button,
Right.
and it's out of mind. Whereas maybe for Katrina, I had to go somewhere to
You
give
had to
in
mail
money.
it.
I had to mail money
Yeah.
in. Like that's a lot more work than it is just to hit one button.
I mean, it sucks to say like because we're lazy Americans, but like it's just easier with,
Yeah.
with electronics.
No,
you know?
I'm just trying
That's-
to be
right.
straight up.
That's
that,
just the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna mail. I've never really mailed anything in.
Really?
Not really. I mean, maybe once or twice, but I've never really made a stamp or had to put a stamp to send something to somewhere.
Interesting.
I've done it a couple times. I used to have a pen pal.
Yeah. Where at? Germany?
Shit, might have been.
Dang.
Everybody had one in Germany in Bailey Lake.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
I don't really remember that.
I don't know.
Gosh.
I
That
mailed-
was just your mom.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
I mailed things at work.
Oh.
That's what I had to do.
For Pine Knob?
Yeah.
What'd
not
you mail
not
in?
a lot. Not a lot. Just like test results, stuff like that. I didn't have to do it often, but occasionally.
But did you ever do it on your personal account where you'd mail something to a relative or?
Oh no, I had to mail in some paperwork to go to Africa.
Yeah. Totally.
But I guess personally, no, not too much.
It's kind of it's out of fashion.
It is.
It's out of style.
I'm over it.
Yep.
I'm just gonna drone it.
Might as well just
My-
send a pigeon.
One of my professors was talking about, and it was a great point. Why do we have mail delivered on Saturdays? Not a ton of people get mail. It's not during regular business hours, so like, or if even if like you could stamp it as urgent and maybe have one truck, but it doesn't make sense to have everybody spend all that money. That's so much money
Yeah.
every Saturday to send multiple trucks out at each mail station.
Oh, wait, so you're
You're talking
trying to
He's
business
saying,
say
he's saying,
days.
he's saying
Ship-
don't run mail on Saturday or Sunday. It would save a lot of money.
Oh yeah, shipping costs are higher, right? Is that
well,
what you're
just
saying?
everybody's taxes goes to running the postal service, and so we have to pay tax dollars
Oh.
for them to run
Oh, I see what he's
on
saying.
Saturdays.
I get-
Why
I
do
get
the
what he's
trucks
saying.
have to be sent out if it's urgent? I can go pick it up.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? We're wasting a lot of tax.
Oh, it's just
dollars.
Yeah.
one extra day, I guess.
Yeah, but that adds up. It's a lot of money for every little city in town.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
That's not a big deal to me. It's not a big.
he brought it up, and I
worries.
was like, actually, that's kind of a good point.
No, I guess I can sort of see it, but then again, I don't know. What's the big deal at adding one day to our shipping? I get it a little bit faster. If
That's
I order
not, it's
something
not
on-
like UPS or like you can go pick it up if you want. He's not talking about UPS. UPS is like FedEx is like a privately owned.
Oh,
It's a corporation.
Like delivering the yeah.
Delivering
The
the
United
mail.
States Postal Service is like our
Delivering the mail on
taxes.
Saturdays.
Gotcha. Like what's gonna come on a Saturday that's really that needed.
If it's that needed, you can go pick it up.
Right.
That's true.
It's a lot of money that tax
Oh,
dollars are
okay.
going to keep them running on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't get enough mail, really.
Nobody gets the mail.
Well, no, my
Email.
parents get bills in the mail. They get
Well, yeah,
stuff.
not on Saturdays.
They don't. Period. Or,
I mean, they could, but
Oh.
they don't need it on a Saturday. I was
yeah. I don't know. I think
Whatever.
that's very controversial. But all right, I guess that pretty much rounds it up. Are you guys
Yeah.
Gucci?
Yeah.
good.
Thanks for listening, guys, and see you next Sunday.
See you next time.
Oh, this is a Monday, so yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see you next Sunday.
Sounds good.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Peace out, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Couldn't tell who was on our
I
YouTube.
think I'm the only viewer
Doesn't even say our views.
right now.
It was 46 minutes. All right, now fade to black as we close.